Uy, may budget device na pumasok from Itel, and this is the Itel A90. Ano nga ba meron dito? IP54 doesn't water resistance, meron siyang malaking battery at 5,000 mAh, and best of all, 4 gigs of RAM and 120 gigs of storage, hindi katulad ng iba na 364 lang for a price point of below 3,500 pesos. Excited ka na? More details after this quick intro. Now, ito si Itel A90 na may 3 plus 5 gigs of RAM and 120 gigs of storage is currently priced at 3,400 pesos. And ang ganang 4 plus 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gig of storage is currently priced at 3,900 pesos. More details on the description box below kung saan nyo siya pwede mabili, or just simply click the product link. Now, one of the good things na gusto ko dito sa kanya is very nice siya. Although it's a very budget-friendly na phone, makita mo yung size niya, no? Flat na flat. I simply love it kasi masarap naman siyang hawakan, no? Though it's made out of plastic material, pero hindi mo masyado mafe-feel na sobrang plasticky yung kanyang build. And likod na is definitely plastic. And I have here is the space titanium color. And ito ka ng camera bump which looks a lot like the iPhone 15 Pro Max. One good thing dito sa kanya is nandiyan pa kanyang audio jack, and one bad thing is nandiyan pa rin kanyang teardrop notch even though that it's already 2025. And medyo makapal din ang kanyang baba. Pero for its price point, I ain't complaining. Now, this phone is being powered by the very basic na Unisoc na T7100. I know it's a very basic na processor. Kaya naman nang tapos yung mga multitasking na binibigay mo sa kanya on a day-to-day basis. And I got here 156,000 points here sa Antutu benchmark. Ito ang kanyang breakdown score. Ito naman score na kuha ko dito sa Geekbench, kanyang CPU benchmark. Ito naman sa kanyang GPU benchmark. Pagdating sa battery, industry standard 5,000 mAh ang kanyang battery, and I would say not so bad naman ang kanyang battery size. Probably would have been better kung gawin nila a little bit bigger at 5,500 or 6,000 since meron naman silicon carbon na technology right now, and this one can only support up to 15 watts na charging. I wouldn't say na it's fast charge kasi it's already 2025. For me, ang aking base minimum just to call it a fast charge, it should be at least 30 watts. Using itong phone na ito for a whole day, I would say walang problema. Kayang-kaya na magtagal kahit medyo babad ka sa phone call, which I did, okay naman. Kayang-kaya naman magtagal ng one full day. And nung sinala ko sa PC Mark the battery stress test, it got me a 11 hours and 1 minute na screen on time. May buntot pang 1 minute, no? And this is tested under 50% brightness and 60 Hz na screen refresh rate. Now, pagdating sa display, this one is a 6.6-inch na IPS LCD. Meron siyang 90 Hz na screen refresh rate, which is surprising, and 1,500 nits ang max brightness. It can display up to 720p, and meron din siyang always-on display. Currently, guys, this one is running Itel OS na 14 inside Android version 14. Now, kung magsiscroll ka naman dito ng mga social media, I would say it's okay. Not so bad, no? Noong nakalimutan ko siya iset sa 90 Hz screen refresh rate kasi by default naka 60 lang siya. So, parang medyo hindi ganun kagandang aking swiping experience. Pero nung inakit ko siya sa 90 Hz screen refresh rate, okay. It's a bit better than the 60 Hz screen refresh rate. Now, if you're watching naman mga videos dito at 720p, well, I would say okay lang. Not the best, but tolerable naman siya for me. And using it on a day-to-day basis, I would say wala na akong naging problema dito. While you're watching mga NBA games dito, kaya-kaya naman na mag-perform. Just don't expect too much from the display. So this one only has one loud firing speaker dito sa ilalim. One good thing is nandiyan ka ng audio jack which can of course replace yung loudspeaker if you don't like yung loudspeaker niya. Pansin ko medyo hindi ganun kalakasan. You can plug in your audio jack to use your favorite headphones, or you can just simply use your favorite TWS na Bluetooth. Na naglaro lang naman ako one quick game dito, Call of Duty Mobile, and the gameplay was just okay. So-so, not the best na masasabi ko sa inyo at a budget price range. Pansin ko sa kanya, no, even though na I won the game, wala naman ako naging problema sa kanya, pero mapapansin ko na medyo hindi gano'n ka-smooth ang graphics. I set it to low graphics and medium na frame rate, pero yung result is still not very desirable. One thing na napansin ko sa kanya is malag siya, and medyo nahirapan ako mag-aim. Yun na napansin ko sa kanya. Hindi siya smooth. And after 30 minutes of gameplay, umabot ako ng roughly 48 degrees Celsius. Now guys, pag-usapan muna natin camera. But before that, pakita ko lang sa inyo na this one has a triple card slot. Alam naman natin, no, pag nagpipicture tayo, malakas kumain ng storage. So here it is. Pwede ka mag-expand via micro SD, and it can support also 2 nano SIM card. Pagdating sa camera, this one has a 13MP na main camera sensor with autofocus and can shoot up to 1080p and 30 FPS. And ang kanyang front-facing camera is a 5MP na shooter which can also shoot up to 1080p and 30 FPS. Now, simulan natin with some of the outdoor shots na nakuha natin. Taking this very simple na outdoor shot na nakuha ko, not so bad. To be honest with you, okay din, sharp din naman ang kanyang building na nakuha. Though there are not much details na nakuha from the clouds dahil medyo gloomy. But overall, I would say not so bad itong shot na ito. Kahit itong shot na ito, no, makita natin medyo gloomy, pero makita mo yung reflection ng mga clouds dito sa building, pretty good pa rin siya. Though yung mga details sa mga puno dito sa ilalim, wala ka na halos masyado makita dahil sobrang soft na. Na kung kumukuha ka naman ng mga shots when you're walking, okay naman. You'll be able to get some decent shots. Tingnan natin ito, no, pag zoom in mo dito sa mga signages niya, mababasa mo pa rin everything dito na naka-printed. Except yung nasa likod, medyo malabo na. Itong signage dito sa likod. Taking some more other photos, I'd say not so bad ang kanyang quality ng mga photos. Na pag tingnan naman natin sa greens na ito, medyo iba ang kanyang datingan. No? Normally, you'd see na medyo green siya. Pero ito medyo yellow-green ang lumabas sa aking photo. So, medyo hindi lang siya ganun kaganda. Now, if you focus on this photo, wala ka masyadong details makukuha once you zoom it in. Pero kung kumuha ka naman ng photo nito, not so bad, no? Just don't expect too much from this camera dahil it can give you some decent shot, pero hindi siya lang ganun ka-sharp ang mga photos na makukuha mo. And there are times na pag zoom in mo, makita mo soft sila. Siguro na out of focus sila. Now, on indoor naman, if you try to take sa mga signages or lanterns, okay naman. Though yung mga words dito hindi na gano'n ka-sharp. Though yung photo is not so bad pag hindi mo zoom. And if you're trying to take sa mga photos dito sa mga food, okay lang. Just decent enough for you to post on Instagram and sa Facebook. Just don't expect too much lang sa mga food nito. And lalo ito, no, under the direct halogen bulb, nasasabi ko sa inyo na, well, not so good looking itong mga photos. Except ito pretty solid naman. And if you're trying to take some indoor plant photography, well, decent na ng color, pero soft. Wala ka masyado makita details. But itong mga lanterns na ito, no, on other cameras, makita mo medyo mas orangey konti, pero dito medyo mas yellowish konti. Trying to take some gown shot dito, wala ka na masyado makita details sa mga beads kasi pag zoomin mo, soft na sila. Now, trying to check some selfie photos, well, honestly, soft. Be it sa indoor, sa outdoor, wala ka masyadong makikitang details when you zoom in sa inyong mukha. And there are times na mapapansin mo medyo a little bit overexposed din pag medyo malakas ang ilaw. Now, if you're using your front-facing camera pang vlog, masyado siya matagtag, no? Shaky, and quality is quite soft. And if you're using your rear camera din, same din, no? Maalog siya. Though it's a little bit better than the front-facing camera, pero nakakahilo sa sobrang alog din nito. Now guys, ano masasabi ko dito? I would say na okay siya. Sulit naman siya for its price point. There are several brands na naglalabasan ng mga phones at this price point. No? Pinaplano nila targetin yung medyo lower budget range, no, ng mga smartphones. And I would say the Itel A90 can just simply give you a good performance. Perfect din to pang backup phone. And what's nice naman dito sa kanya is that 128 gigs of storage. More of yung storage ang hinahabol. There are other brands like si Redmi A5, ang liit ng storage at around this same price point, $3,599, you would only get a 64 gigs of storage. Definitely bitin, you have to upgrade to 4,100 just to get the 120 gigs of storage. For me, by far, okay to. It looks like an iPhone 15 Pro and it can do every single multitask na mabigay ko sa kanya. Wala akong naging problema dito. Just not heavy games and heavy video editing. The rest, mga basic like browsing on socials and sending an SMS, wala problema naman dito. Kaya guys, are you willing to spend on the Itel A90? Let me know in the comments kung sino malaman kung saan pwede mabili ito habang naka-promo. Link on the description box below or just simply click the product link. And if you like this video, don't forget to share it with your friends. And a quick sub is definitely awesome. I'll see you on my next video. And so, ako para si Richmond and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. What's up? Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.